Another noticeable thing on Sunday was offensive line not being able to stop the Colts pass rush. And the Colts pass rush is kind of, they have, Buckner, but it's nowhere near what we're going to be seeing on Sunday. So with the Colts, they pressured Mahomes on 16 of his 46 dropbacks, and he only completed 3 of 12 on those for 65 yards in those plays. So much like the year we played the Bucs in the Super Bowl, their pass rush is still top notch. They're third in the league with 11 sacks. We have 10 sacks, but they have 11 sacks on the season so far, and that's been kind of their main bread and butter for the last few years since they've had Brady. Has been all about their pass rushing and getting pressure back there. They were in Rodgers' face all week last week. They've done a really good job with that. So my question to you, JD, is how do we counter this pass rush the Bucs are going to be bringing to us this weekend?
I mean, I think you got to do what you were doing in the third quarter of the Colts game, is get the ball out of your hand fast. And so they had a great game plan coming back out, man. They look crispy, like getting the ball out, curls, flats. They're the corner's going to play off. I mean, that's an easy pitch and catch right there. And so I think you soften up a defense because you got the weapons. Look, I don't believe that we are worse offense when we have the amount of capable guys that can catch the football on the outside and on the inside. I don't. Obviously everybody was like, oh, well, of course, bringing Tyreek up and what they've been doing. Hey, man, listen. Hey, we got guys out there. They're open. Now let's be on Pat to do the check downs, right? CEH, he's going to be able to beat a linebacker. Okay, McKinnon, he can beat a linebacker. There's going to be holes and windows that Patch is going to be able to see. And so once he starts dissecting what they do defensively, it's going to be beautiful. I think, what we've seen for the past, obviously with the too high safety look and what they were trying to do, it's different. We don't run that stuff anymore. They can't run that defense against us anymore. But I think what you have to do is you got to make sure that the depth of the pocket is great. Okay, the width of the pocket is sustained. Okay, and get the ball out of your hands. And if Pat's doing that and he's using his check downs and just using the entire field, because you got to use the entire field against Tampa Bay, okay, to be effective against them. I think, man, they're going to be successful. And then you can still hit them over the head. You can still hit them over the top. We got guys, look, Hardman, MVS, Juju, Sky Moore. We still got 4 guys who can go up and go get it. Justin Watson, we still got guys get deep running. We forgot about Justin Watson playing against his old team. So, hey, man, let that joker have a ball. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let him get down the middle and cover 2, that Tampa 2. Get down the middle, Justin, okay? So we got receivers. We got guys that catch the football. We know Travis Kelce. Now you can't double him up. You can try to do it, double him up and see what happens. And you're going to be sitting over here crying all day. Well, we should have. No, I don't want to hear that. You should have known better is what you should have known. So.
and not only that, you bring a good point that Justin Watson playing against his whole team, but think about the last time we saw this team was in the Super Bowl where they embarrassed us. And
yeah.
Devin White dominated Kelce. He was all over Kelce. Kelce couldn't do shit in that game. And now, we talk about grudge match for guys coming back for the revenge for the guys who used to play for that team. Talk about the guys who got dominated against them. And, Antoine Whitfield Jr., doing the peace sign in Tyreek's face. I mean, even though he's no longer on the team, that is a disrespectful thing just to our team in general. And so these guys remember, the guys who are on the team remember that, and they want to give them a little taste of that. And I'm sure they kind of wish if the game was going to be in Tampa, I'm sure they kind of hope it's in Tampa so they can kind of give something back to the people there, to avenge their loss.
I mean, hey, if it is, if the whole, hurricane holds off and it's still, and praying for those people down there that nobody gets hurt, everything comes out, good for everybody down there. Okay, for sure. But, I don't know if it's in Tampa, where it may be in Minnesota, or they're playing on the moon. Okay, it's still the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, Tom Brady, you need that revenge regardless of where it's going to be at, right? My thing is, and I just thought about this because I was looking at kind of the game plan. The Chiefs do a much better job with Kelce when they're moving him around. When he's in motion, he's moving around, so you can't just put your hands on him where he has like an open release, where he's able to kind of move around the way he wants to. Like I said, that's the rubber man. he don't want you to hit him, he's not going to get you to hit him. But if he's stationary, that gives the defense a better chance to kind of put their hands on him, okay, to try to disrupt his timing. But if you're moving him around, it's going to be difficult for him. And so I think that's probably one of the things they need to do game plan wise is either move him or move some of the other receivers around to kind of see what they're playing, but also too just the matchup in itself being in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they played, if I remember correctly, the way they played Kelce, they just stuck White on him all game, and White was able to kind of man him up, right? Is that how they handled him in the Super Bowl? Yeah,
that was pretty much a lot of it, but a lot of it was just regardless if it was White or whoever else, they was just making sure that they got their hands on him. That was it. Disrupt his timing, and that's what you had to do against a guy like that. If I'm playing against Travis Kelce or another tight end who's effective, or matter of fact, any receiver, get your hands on him. You got to stifle his charge. You got to stifle him, getting a free release. That's just going to help you out. And I'll say this defensively, when we sit there and we watch Watson, Jalen on the other side, where Pierce, got a couple good catches. He didn't put his hands on him. He just didn't. And so when I'm sitting, I'm like, dang God, man, get your hands on him. Slow him down because he's a big receiver. He goes up and catch a football, 6'3". Hey, man, you got to deal with that with Mike Evans. Well, yep, Mike's coming back. He's coming back after the 1-game suspension. He might come back with some fire in his belly, Sure. He's swinging. Look, he's swinging on somebody in the Chiefs secondary, man. He might get handled. They ain't going to have none of that.
I know.
No, but seriously, I think that's what you do. You're moving him around, but if he's in motion, moving around and stuff like that, then he could kind of, he can maneuver getting around these guys. I don't have no problem with that. It's like I said, if it's more stationary, then it's kind of in the defense's favor because it's just like, look, you just come up here and you just ride it for like 5 yards if you can, the 5-yard point, and then stay in his hip. Because at a certain point, Pat will come off of it.
Yeah.
Now let the other guys beat you. Well, the thing is, we got other guys around you that can beat you.
Yep.
That's the reality. So, hey, man, like I said, go ahead and try that with Kelce. There's other guys out there that's going to eat. Believe me.
And top to bottom, that receiver room is much better than that receiver room was when we played them in the Super Bowl that year. So, I mean.
Yes. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to be 100% factual about that. Definitely a better receiving core.
Yeah. Our second best receiver that year, it's a joke, but Darrell Williams is really our second best receiver outside of Tyreek, and we're actually third best outside of Tyreek and Kelce. I mean, that's what we're dealing with as far as the weapons we had. Outside of Kelce, having that in the back of his mind, the way he got manhandled in that Super Bowl, he had a bad week last week, so he's going to want to come out like having a good game this week to kind of redeem himself for last week on top of the added motivation of playing against a team who rocked your world in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I know he was really disappointed of the one he dropped in the end zone, and maybe thinking that he could have did more. And so he's, without a doubt, probably thinking in his head, well, shoot, this is a great challenge for me this week. Against a good Tampa Bay defense. So I know Kelce's going to be ready. He's definitely going to be ready, and I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more like Jody Fortson and Noah Gray also too. So we're gonna have that personnel, man, and that'd be a good personnel against this defense as well. Really.
And we talked about that defense. So as we said last time we saw them, our receiver room wasn't as good, but our offensive line was also not as good last time we saw them. We were playing with backups and third stringers in that Super Bowl because everyone was hurt. But a media person did ask edge rusher Shaq Barrett about our new and improved O-line that everyone loves so much. And they asked if they see a difference. And I don't think he sees any difference there.
From what you've seen in these first 3 games, how different is this Chiefs offensive line from the one you guys faced in the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
I think I really don't think it's too much of a difference. I think we have a lot of favorable matchups. I think we have an opportunity to really dominate the game as long as, I just think, we got an opportunity to really impose our will as pass rushers, edge rushers this game, and we could really have a coming out party Because I know we had 6 sacks the other game, but we could really have a coming out party as edge and as edge defenders in the position group for this game.
JD, what do you think about that quote there? You think it's a little cocky, a little rambunctious?
Hey, look, man. He's taken from what he's seen last week, I'm sure, and if he's making that assessment about it and think that's who they are, he's sadly mistaken. I think these guys are gonna come out being better than what they've shown, especially against the Colts. They'll be ready. These guys, they're probably seeing this and hearing this too. So Shaq's supposed to say that. That's what a defense guy says. I don't know a defense guy who's like, hey, yeah, no, we're not gonna get any sacks and I'm like, hey, you're a talented player. But guess what? Offensive line gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready this week, believe me. And I guarantee, just with Thuney up front and the leaders, Orlando Brown, Creed, Trey, Wiley, those guys are going to put it on their shoulders to have a much better game than what they had last week. So I can't wait. That's one of the battles I'm going to be watching this week for sure.
It talked to me about this aspect where a lot of these guys are new to the team. They weren't on the team when they played this. O-line guys, because it's pretty much a revamped O-line from when we played Super Bowl. Do those guys take on that burden that, man, the last time we played against this team, O-line was a joke. Everyone still makes jokes about how bad the O-line was in protecting Mahomes. These guys kind of take that on there, you know what? This time we're going to show up and make sure Pat's untouched, or so they not even think about that.
No, O-line, they don't care who it is. As long as you line them up, they're ready to knock them down. They can care less. Hey, with him, this is the job. So you put it out here in front of me, I'm going to attack it. Okay? So I don't care what happened last year. We're talking about now. Right. Okay? These guys live in the now. And that's how they got to play in the now. Mm-hmm. So all that other stuff, we ain't worried about that. Shoot. We just know they're going to go out there and do work. And so they're going to put their hard hats on, man, do some construction and some demolition. Mm-hmm. Destroy this D-line and them linebackers. That's what they're going to do. So, they don't care about none of that. These jokers ain't, on the glorified. No. Bring your sledgehammer, get us a little meal, and let us go to work. So that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. And with the Shaq Bear quote, they have added motivation on top of the poor play last week to really hone in and keep our guy protected.
Oh, yeah. They're going to know where he's at.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.